I'm sure we've all heard the story about the woman who was trying to get a young man to go to school, and he kept refusing and refusing, and she said, why? And he said, because all the kids hate me. Just all the kids hate me. I don't want to go. All the kids hate me. And she said, you've got to go. You're the principal. And in John chapter 15, in verses 18 through 25, in those 8 verses, after a very extensive discussion about love and using the word love with his disciples numerous times in that period of time after they had left that upper room, 8 times in 8 verses, Jesus uses the word hate, or a form of the word hate. And he talks about that if the world hates you, speaking to the disciples, don't be surprised by that. Don't be shocked by that. Don't be amazed by that, because the world hated me first. And we understand the world here to be defined as that element that is outside of Christ, that is absolutely opposed to Christ in anything scriptural, anything biblical, in anything that is spiritual. And then Jesus says that whoever hates me hates my Father also. The section that we're talking about in verse 25 ends with a quotation from the 69th Psalm, they hated me without a cause. I mean, you think about it. We understand maybe sometimes when human beings have fallen out with one another, and maybe we even say things like, I hate that person, or I hate what that person did, because we're imperfect and we have flaws, and we do offend and we do hurt one another. Jesus was the sinless Son of God. Who did he hurt? How could he possibly have hurt anyone? And so when people hate Jesus, indeed, they hate him without a cause. The one who came to save them, if they hate him, it is without a cause. But here's what we need to take away from this. Maybe there's someone in your life that, for some reason that you can't quite put a finger on, hates you. Maybe they mistreat you. Maybe you've done everything reasonable to try to befriend this person, to encourage this person, but they treat you in such a way and they speak to you in such a way, you know and you feel there's just something that's not right there. Maybe you even heard them admit it. Maybe they've even told you to your face, I hate you, I hate what you do, I despise this, I don't like that. And it's something that really, with all that you've tried to do, it's not your fault anymore. It's really this person's fault. And we have to remember and comfort ourselves that Jesus says when things like that happen to us and people treat us like that, Jesus said, they hated me first. And when they hate me, they hate my Father. And they do that without a cause sometimes. And while I don't necessarily have the solution to how all this works out, I know that we can take comfort in knowing that these things happened to Jesus. And he still loved even those who hated him and died for them. And while we're not called exactly to go to that extreme, we can at least pray for them. And we can at least know that Jesus died for them.